Hello everybody and welcome to Slipstream League Racing and Tier 1 with myself and Ocean Chief. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm very good today. Very, 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 very good.
Nice. We are at, I was about to say Belgium then. No, we're close to Belgium. We're in the Netherlands, and don't call it Holland because Holland is a region of the Netherlands. I learnt that a few weeks ago. Yes, Zandvoort, and a difficult track to overtake on. High downforce circuit. We'll be getting into the action very soon, but just a quick recap of the driver and constructor standings before we do so. Justin out on top by over 40 points at the moment, but do remember later in the season he has to miss 2 races, so there's always chance for people to catch up. Makenda and Tuj and Jammy and Tunari all very close to each other, and they're the hunting pack as we go down to Meepo, Rombostrat, Naiku, Run Cruiser and Jerry, who's on 18 points. So let's get into the action as Mercedes are in the lead of the Constructors' Championship, and oh my word, it is chucking it down.
Yep, it's proper wet out there. It doesn't look that pretty, I have to say. I'm glad I'm not racing today.
It was raining at the end of the quali in Tier 2, and some people refused to retire, so we had to sit there for 12 minutes. Were you one
You're
of
not
them?
bitter at all.
You were
I
one of
was
them.
not actually, no. I was tempted to go out in Inters because I hadn't done any wet practice, but
But it
yeah, I
wasn't
just
raining at
decided.
the race.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's a bit of pointless. Just to go over our reserves while the guys are getting sorted with their setups and getting out on track. It's Basco from Tier 2, Wirch, Melto, all from Tier 2. Crawley Voice, who I believe is a oh, he dropped his Tier 1 seat but is doing reserve today. John Wick from Tier 2 as well. He's reserve in Tier 2. And Dan the Man, uh, yeah, ex-champion in SLR fancies his chances today in Zandvoort. And last but not least, Skin Tony. But I think there's another one there popped up. Adam. I'm not sure if he's made it to the. Oh yeah, he's P6 currently. There we go. It looks like a mix as well. We've got a lot of guys on wets, a lot of guys on inters. So visually looks like wet conditions to me. But I don't know. This
Yeah,
game's
it
a bit
doesn't look
funny like that.
dry. Yeah, because Danny was saying in the chat last week that wets and inters would be similar pace at Brazil. Lefter is elite, is the car I'm watching at the moment. This is already a yellow flag because the Alpine is spun after turn 1 and he reverses almost straight into the racing line as Lefter is elite is coming through. That would have scared him. Saw his session flash before his eyes there.
Yeah, we're gonna see a few yellows in this session, I think. But I'm looking at Justin though. He's out on track on these wet tires, so uh, he's not quite got to his hot lap yet. But he's trying to get some temperature in those tires. But that is a very hard thing to do in these conditions.
Yeah, and Lefter actually, whilst on a hot lap, is being caught by, is that Smelto behind him? It is. They're on the same tyre, so it doesn't tell us much about which tyre is fastest at the moment, but we'll see as the times come in. It is a purple sector 2 for Smelto, as Giannis has retired. He hasn't crashed. I wonder if he had a quali ban, I'm not sure. So Smelto will come across the line after Lefter is elite. First there's a Ferrari though, is that Crawley, who is starting a lap. Here comes Lefter, and he does a 24.2 and it's immediately beaten. Makenda has retired. We saw this last week. He retired after 1 lap in Brazil, but he doesn't even do a single lap now, as Run Cruiser goes fast as a 20.9 so far.
Yeah, that's strange for McKender, but we have seen some weird strategies from him, and maybe he's going for that last to first today, as he will not get a time run on the board. But Justin is in sector 2 here. He's about to hit the chicane here. And oh, he goes deep in there. It's harsh, sliding all about the place, but carries some momentum. So this should be a pretty representative lap for Justin, and he's got a car ahead. It looks like, is that his teammate perhaps? So he might actually get a bit of slipstream. I doubt that was timed. But he'd be thankful of that anyway. But let's see what Justin can do as he crosses the line. It's a 120.6, which is 3/10 faster than Run Cruiser's intermediate run. 120.9 for P2, so 3/10. And Tenari goes even faster, but that is on intermediate. So yeah, it looks like intermediates are probably as tired to be on right now. But
yeah,
brother Joe,
as Christian does a 0.6 as well and slots himself up into second place. Seems to me like Inters and Wets are sort of similar pace. Maybe Inters about a tenth faster or something like that. But you know, if the weather changes and rain gets lighter towards the end of the session, it doesn't matter about these first few laps, as we saw in Tier 2. Well, it was the other way around actually. So yeah, we don't know what the time is going to be. And the weather, of course, but we'll wait and see as Danny is in the session and doing a lap for the first time this season, because he didn't do one in Miami, did he? He just joined for the race, I believe.
Yeah, and he didn't do too bad. If I remember correctly, he made his way up the field, had some incidents, but still finishing the points. I think he was like around P6. But Justin, coming around the final corner, I think he's going to abandon this one. He was 3 seconds down by Sector 2. So no doubt he's going in for a fresh set of inters. Yeah, so Danico said he did 3 laps in quali or in TT before this race. That was his practice. So interested to see. I mean, it's amazing how quickly Danny and these alien guys are able to get up to speed. Takes me a whole week to get any decent pace.
Takes me 5 laps to just do one that's not invalid or I don't spin on. And then I work on trying to be quick. Christian has just eclipsed the field, so has Run Cruiser. So that tells me that the track is getting quicker as Danny goes up to 5th place.
So yeah, Justin in the pits for inters, and that's probably a wise call, because even though it is raining pretty heavy still, it looks like it's lightened up a little bit, and this track will only get drier. And we've got new addition to SLR, first race in SLR, I believe. Adam goes P4 on those inters. So at the minute, Touge is the only guy in the top 10 on those wets, I believe.
Ooh, Smelto, just watching him, he's had a bit of a nervous moment through the middle sector. I find this part of the track really difficult personally. These 2 corners before that second DRS zone, trying to get the turn in at the right point and pick your line is really tricky. As Tunari beats everyone by 7/10, it's just this time that whoever's across the line is going to set the fastest time, because it is drying out rapidly. I wouldn't be surprised. Well, I mean, everyone's going to be on inters by the end of the session. I don't think it will quite get to dry, so it hasn't actually stopped raining yet, but it is getting a lot quicker. Might be the sort of session, as Smelter goes third, that you need to be last to start your lap to get the best of the conditions.
Yeah, Basco as well, going P6. Smelto Basco from Tier 2. Their teammates in Tier 2 and tend to be found at the top end of the grid in that tier, so interested to see how they do today. I think these conditions in quali are favouring them at the moment, but as you say, yeah, the track's just going to get drier and it's going to be last across the line. You can see that dry line evolving. It's definitely it definitely is looking a little bit lighter on the rain front as well. We've got a car off in Sector 2. I think it's the Williams, is it? Or an Alpine, perhaps?
It's just someone letting someone pass, I think.
Yeah, it was wrong cruiser. Making his way back to the pits. Tenari is going to set another lap time here, but it looks like it's not going to be competitive. 2/10 down, so maybe he's just gearing up for a final run on these inters before he gets in and puts a fresh set on. Ooh, and the back end's gliding everywhere. full commitment through the chicane. Oh, and sideways through the hairpin
Yeah,
on
Nike.
entry. That was interesting.
Nike's going to cross the line here and go, I'm going to predict quickest. Nearly. Almost. Purple sector 3.
Oh yeah, and Danico P4. I didn't see that. Wirch P2. Wirch is on a mission. Tier 2. He was down for the win. He had put a lot of practice preparation in. Didn't come together. Had a lot of incidents and just didn't go his way. He's P3 currently, so he's definitely on a mission here to prove himself as Justin takes the top spot by quite the margin. 1 second and 2/10. Wow.
Let's hope it's not quite that big a margin at the other session, otherwise he'll win by over, well, if he's 1 second faster a lap, he'll win by over 30 seconds in the race. That would be Max Verstappen territory.
Yeah, we'd have to create a new division for just for Justin. That was the case. I'm looking at stream chat. We've got one comment, Joel. One comment, and that
From
comment is from IJ.
Wait,
or
what?
sorry, IR. Is it IJ? Yeah, it's IJRL. It looks like URL, but it just says Holland. Yeah.
It says URL on my screen, like, you know, www. I don't know what.
Yeah.
It,
Yeah, I think I can't tell. I need to wear my glasses to see that properly, but Holland, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for that comment.
We're not actually in Holland, by the way.
Yeah.
We're in the Netherlands.
Joel,
Holland is further south.
We're in the nether regions.
That's like saying we're in Wales when you're in London.
Yeah. Geography 101.
The
SLR.
nether regions.
Yeah, I'm gonna get none out.
So, just waiting for everyone to go into the pits and then come back out again.
Joel, did you know Zandvoort is in English translates to sand fork? A fork for sand for, I don't know if you're reading
Is that because it's on a spit or something?
It's actually sand fort.
Oh, fort. I thought it said fork.
I did say fork, but it turned out that wasn't funny, so I abandoned that.
Oh. Sandfort. That's not very...
Yeah.
Who created the Dutch language? It's a bit lazy.
Nikoi goes P2 of that one, jumps up from P7. So, nice lap from him. We've got a bunch of guys about to cross the line here, Joel. If you can... Oh, it's Smelto starting his run. Basco starting his run.
Yeah.
But yeah, these times are going to start coming in thick and fast. I believe it's Ferrari's the next guy across the line. That's Crawley Voice. Does not improve. 1.9 up, so that was a bad run from him. Justin Ayert, 1 second clear of the field. Yeah, I think Justin wants to win this one. What do you reckon?
When doesn't he want to win?
Yeah, that's true. I remember I was doing an interview with Danico after he won a race, and I was like, what about the next race? Do you want to win that one? And he was like, yeah. I want to win them all.
So all these times at the moment don't really matter that much, because they're all going to do the final lap and improve by 3 seconds. So we will just wait for the moment as Christian shows us a bit of his pace and goes into second place.
Crawley up in his time in sector 2.5. Danico putting softs on in the pits. I'll keep an eye on that situation. P7 though for now. Oh, and a lot of drivers crossing the line there. Look like Basco's Run Cruiser going P2 with a solid lap time, 17.4, beating Christian's time. But Crawley Voice about to cross the line here. How much time is he going to gain? He's up to P7, so almost a second up on his previous lap time. Good job
Look at
from
the
him.
track. It's obviously not softs, is it? I'm no expert, but it looks wet.
Yeah, I wouldn't go out in softs in these conditions, but Danny's probably just having a wee look
Look at the
before he goes out.
5 blue cars all together on the mini-map in Sector 2. Look at that. 4, I can't count.
They're just trying to confuse us at this point, really.
Yeah, we should be joined by the Red Bulls as well. And the Racing Bulls. Why is blue such a popular colour in general?
I'm not a fan. I don't mind it, but you know, Lepton's telling us it's a dry risk. Joel, he is crew chiefing. Who's it? Wirch? Yeah, I believe. So commiserations to Wirch. Just in the pits. So yeah, this is it. Has he timed it nicely? Is he able to get out on time? As Touge goes fastest, 117 flat. I think we're going to see a 16 pretty soon. We may even dip into the 15s by the end of the session. But yeah, Justin wants to get out very, very quickly. Yep, and his crew are out on track. He is out on track. And Justin will join it, or sorry, Christian will join him, no doubt, very soon.
Yeah, we'll see if Danny actually goes out on the softs. If it works, it's one of those things. He's going to have pole by 5 seconds, or he's going to be last.
Imagine being last. I heard the pain in your voice, the anguish.
Danny is going out on the softs.
I think that is an unwise decision, but I think if you're Danico, you may as well try something different. But I think that will not work out well for him. The track is pretty slippy. In dry conditions, so a bit of rain added to it. Yeah, it's horrendous. He is doing alright, control of the car wise, but as he goes very wide, as he must have heard me say that. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be very good for Danny Coe, but who knows? If the track dries up magically in the next sector, he may be on for a pull here today. But yeah, a lot of drivers on their final run here. I think Justin's one of them. Has he started his hot lap? I think he has indeed.
Yeah, so this will be it. This is the lap that counts, as the track is as dry as it will be throughout the session. Danny will be the last car to cross the line, and has he timed it perfectly? We'll keep an eye on him. Justin, purple sector 1. Fastest driver with the fastest conditions. And he's sliding through this right-hand turn. Look at that back end. Stepping out on him there, does well to control it. And again there, really pushing
Tuja
limits.
ahead. Tuja just went through sector 2 time, was 5/10 up.
Oh, and Danny has had an issue, so he's not going to set a lap. Here comes Tuj then, first. As Crawley goes up to P3.
Wow.
Tuj improves by 7/10. Justin is following him. He is the last car across the line, although actually no, it will be Naiku. As Justin goes over a second quicker. Naiku, what can he do? Up to P3. And as I say that, Wirch is rounding the final corner too. So is Christian. I reckon Christian might outgo pole here.
Oh my word, 16 flat, nice stuff from him. Wirch as well.
Doesn't improve that much, to be honest. And then the final car is Catastrophes, who is going very slow. Yeah, he's going in the pits. That's why. What about Tunari? Have I forgotten about Tunari? No. He's abandoned his lap.
Yeah, so look at that. Look at that. Oh, someone did jump up there. Is that Smelto? Or no? Who was that jumped up? It was like a Red Bull, I think. Who knows? Anyway, that's our grid. Very interesting. Yeah, Justin clearly has pace at this track in these conditions, but it's going to be a full dry race. Is he able to maintain that momentum? A couple of drivers finding themselves out of position. Tenari at the back end of the grid. Usually he's up there fighting for podiums, so he's going to have some work to do today. I guess it's time to talk about strategies. What do you reckon, Joel?
Well, Justin on pole and Christian right next to him. Tuj, Naiku, Atom, Virch. Good for Crawley boys, starting 7th. Danny and Tunari, as you said, down at the back of the grid. And McKendra right at the back, because he chose to be. Because why not? So there we go.
Yeah, it was strange race for McKendra in Brazil. Like after the last safety car, once he was in P2, running P1 and P2 with his Mercedes teammate Tenari, and then once he got passed by Justin, he just gave up pretty much and dropped down the field. So I'm not sure what he's up to, but maybe he's just doing a little trolling for this season.
Sandbagging. So he doesn't get moved up to tier 0 next season.
Maybe he's trying to get down to tier 2.
Yeah. You mentioned the strategy. It's just soft, medium, or medium soft. Pretty easy. Obviously, the safety cars, that will change it. You want to avoid the hards, really, at all costs.
I have heard some people mention medium hard is supposed to be better overall, but yeah, I think just looking at tier 2 race, most people went soft, medium, medium soft, and then safety cars happened and screwed it all up.
Well, we'll find out in a minute what tyres everyone is on, but for now it's all about the racing. The front two are on mediums. I can see that as Justin gets a good getaway. Christian is alongside him, but look at that, that's the Alpine of Tuj, who is looking to get Christian round the outside. He's going for it, and he's even having a go at Justin. He's got up into P2. There's a bit of a scuffle going back further on with Run Cruiser, Virch, Basco and Smelto, the 4 blue cars yet again. And here comes Catastrophes round the outside in his Red Bull, taking the high line through the banking, and he's going to be slingshotted up the hill, and he's going to have a good run into this fast right-hander. Can he hang on the inside? He has to back out because Tunari is too committed, and now it's Tunari going side by side with Smelto. These cars giving it their all on the first lap, and Tunari there has gone wide in his Mercedes, and he's gone onto the curb, and he's lost a load of speed, and he's back where he started, down in P13. And there's something going on here. Yeah. Basco's off, Virch is off, and it's a safety car, VSC.
Wow. A lot to take in there, Joel. Yeah, but Wirch coming off the worst for wear, P17. Tenari was able to get up to speed pretty... Oh, and what's happening at the slow chicane here? I saw a bit of contact there. But we are just under VSC, so they will have a delta to maintain. You don't want to lose too much delta. You can lose a lot of time under BSC if you're caught napping. But yeah, Wirch struggling to make the corner here, and Per Basco stuck behind him in P18. So Wirch into the pits for a new front wing. Basco staying out for now.
Yeah, and just looking at the tyres, whilst we've got a moment, everyone is on either the medium or the soft. It's medium for Justin. Tuj has softs, which explains his good start over Christian, overtaking him, and then Atom Crawley, who's up into 5th place as we restart, and Run Cruiser are on the softs as well, and Virch onto the hard tyres.
Yeah, crazy first lap, but that VSC has calmed things down a little bit. Everybody's kind of found their trying to find a rhythm as Smelto go very deep into the... what do you call those corners? They're not S's, they're...
Yeah, I don't know. Really annoying wiggle? Corners that I can never get right. It's just potluck.
Yeah, I took them differently every single lap. Yeah. McKenna making his... Oh, and what's this? Tilda and Gianna's coming together. Looked like Tilda got his braking wrong.
Yeah, and here comes the Haas. Into the side of him. Here comes the Haas, who's going to get past Tilda. Is he on the outside? He certainly is. And he's going to have a good run to try and maybe overtake with some DRS into turn 1. And it's Danny who's making moves further up the field. He into turn 1, so is Tunari. Both of them get down the inside of Catastrophes who is down to P11 after a good start.
Yeah, a lot of fighting at the back end of the grid here. Tilda is struggling a little bit. Missed out on his tier 2 race. McKenna up to P12, and that was... Where did that happen? Whoa. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I must have got him under ERS. So McKenna making up positions. Danny go up to P9. That's huge. He has gained a lot of time and a lot of positions.
Yeah,
but there is two big groups forming. One at the front end and one at the back. So really, you obviously want to be part of that first DRS train, and the leader of that train is Justin, but he's going to come under a lot of pressure here as DRS is now activated, and you will gain a lot of time for that on this start-finish straight.
Tunari, I have to say, looks really quick at this stage of the race. He's going to definitely overtake Danico here as the fastest laps pour in from everyone as they cross the line. He's going to get up the inside, and Tunari looks to be on it today. He's didn't have the greatest of qualifying, down in 14th position, but he's going to try and make amends for that and close in on that 2-second gap and get into the train for the lead, where his teammate is in P12 at the moment.
Wirch is struggling at the back again. He's on his own, but he's causing yellow flags in sector 3. He's currently on hards at the moment, so not going his way today, unfortunately. I'm looking at Touge as well. Touge get a really bad exit, and that might cost him DRS on the start-finish straight. He gets a bit of DRS for now on the short straight, but he's under a lot of pressure from Christian and the Ferrari, and also a new driver to the league, Adam. He is, I think it's gonna kick off this lap or the next. Christian's used a lot of ERS in these first few laps, and it's left him a little bit exposed here. So he will be best using this lap just to try to harvest some of that back. Really, it's very hard to overtake here, apart from the start-finish rate. If you can line up the guy ahead, get that DRS, and save him.
Full safety car.
We got a full safety, yep.
Because Virch is out of the race.
No.
Probably because Lepson was talking in a braking zone or something. Run Cruiser overtook Crawley Voice just before the safety car was deployed, round the outside of the banking, which was a lovely move, which we got on camera whilst you were commentating on something else. So he's up to 5th place. Do people pit? What about the soft runners? I'd just stay out, do normal soft medium. It's not worth it right now. You can't get to the end on mediums unless you think you can do the hards.
Yeah, it's a tough call, but because there's so little laps on these tires, I think you are going to see a lot of drivers stay out, but I think we are going to have some people think about putting on the hards and trying to take them to the end. Otherwise, if you go for mediums, you're going to have to pit again after that, and that will obviously cost you a lot of time. So let's see what Justin does as he's heading the field run out of the last corner. He's in the pits.
Interesting. I would have definitely stayed out even on the softs. So we'll see how bad I am at strategy, because literally everyone is coming in.
Run Cruiser, Smelto, the Williams, both staying out, as is Catastrophe, the Red Bull.
Oh, and Christian and Crawley Voice are double stacking, so that's going to cost Crawley Voice a lot of positions.
Oh no. And we got a penalty as well, 10-second speeding penalty in the pits for Lefterist. This is interesting.
Look at generally everyone in the pits, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's whenever you stay out and you make that decision under safety car to stay out on old tires, what you don't want is everyone else to pit, and pretty much everyone else pitted it, apart from 4 guys. So these 4 guys are going to come under a lot of pressure in these opening laps once the safety car goes in.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad call. You know, softs 5 laps only be like 15-16%, something, maybe a little more than 20. But you get these to lap 15, you pit for mediums and go to the end, and you'll be a lot quicker than people on old hards. And who knows, there might be another safety car. I would have done this. Let's see how it plays out. But it's interesting that both of the Williams have done the same thing. They haven't split the strategy.
Yeah, and they can work together a little bit, create a bit of a roadblock at the front end of the grid. Yeah, so just looking, Justin, the first of the guys who pitted there, pitting from P1, only lost 4 positions. So yeah, his mission right now, once we get underway again, is to navigate this traffic as quickly as possible, because this does expose Justin a little bit. So he bounces around the track there, trying to get some heat in the tires. But it does, this is a vulnerable phase of the race, because once we get underway, Justin has a lot of guys behind him that'll be eager to make the move and expose any mistakes or any hold-ups from the guys ahead.
Makenda, the only one, he went on to mediums, so he'll have to pit again unless it is a crazy strategy.
Lefter's in the pits to serve that speeding penalty, so that will bring him out in last position. He should be able to catch up with these guys before this lap is out. We've got a car off. It's Whistle Will in Sector 1. What on earth? Not sure what happened there, but that was under safety car conditions, Joel, so I don't know if that's he was a bit over exuberant on the tire warming.
At least didn't
but he is lost out.
At least he didn't overtake the safety car and get disqualified.
What race was that? Brazil, by any chance?
Monza.
Monza, okay.
It's the first time I'd led the Tier 2 race, and I was so in such shock, didn't realise it was in the lead. I just overtook the safety car. The game pulled my car over to the side a few corners later and said you disqualified me. Oh, in this lap. Well, we know how difficult it is to heat up your tyres. Those 4 guys on the softs will have a huge advantage, at least in the first few laps. But Justin is behind them.
Yeah, and there's probably 2 different ways to handle the safety car restart. Coming out of this corner or leaving it as late as possible, because it is quite a run down to turn 1 and you don't want to get caught before you get there. Guys behind getting slipstream, so Runkers are choosing to go very late, and he's off. Yeah, a nice restart from him. Basco and Catastrophe side by side, and
and
Justin
Justin
trying to join that battle.
Up the inside with Justin as well, who's trying to get himself into 4th position. Can he get past Basco, who's got his car way ahead, and he's going to have to concede that position, is Bascadinho. Makenda making up positions, so is Tunari. There's a bit of a battle going on here between Naiku, Atom and Christian. Christian has kept his P7 place at the moment.
Yeah, and it's actually a huge battle here happening in midfield. It's Danico, Makender and Tunari all trying to make their way through the field. So Crawley Boys was their first victim, but it's interesting to see how these guys work together as Makender goes for a move on Danico, trying to get the most out of these medium tires, make them work, but Danico fighting it. Danico on the inside line, but Makender with a superior grip, and his Mercedes teammate makes a huge mistake. Back end gets loose and he's dropping down. He's lost 2 positions just from that mistake, and Danico as well. Oh my word, looked like he locked up there, and car wanted to go a different direction. So Danico back down, drops the position. Actually, he's lost out the biggest 2 positions. Makender up to P10 and Tunari P11 as DRS is enabled.
Here comes Justin on his teammate up the inside. No issues there whatsoever. He makes it look so easy with the lack of grip, cold tyres no doubt, and he's made up 2 places already with people on relatively fresh softs. Look at this, Atom hounding the back of Touge. And there's a gap appearing between the Ferrari of Christian as we see Naiku and Makenda side by side. Still the 2 Finns going at it here, and Makenda was finding himself too far behind at the apex of the corner. But this time he's got another chance, and this is where he made the move on Danny. Same move on a different car in the next lap, and he gets past. And he's making those mediums count.
Yeah, and Danico dropping down another position. Crawley Boys, so he's P13, so Danico's struggling on these hards as he goes very deep into the last corner there. But yeah, Justin up to P3 for now up the front, and hunting down Smelto and Run Cruiser in the Williams.
I think McKenna's going to have a good chance at getting past Atom here with the DRS. It's left it is Elite who's retired, and there's another safety car.
Oh, full safety, yep, full safety. This is good for Run Cruiser and Smelto. And Catastrophe and Basco on those softs, they will now have that opportunity.
Stay out again.
What do you reckon? Mediums go to the end from here, I'm pretty sure.
I'm not sure they do.
A couple of laps of safety car. Yeah, I think it might be worth the risk.
I'd stay out, honestly. You've already committed to staying out on the soft. If you pit now, you're going to be last anyway, so you may as well have pitted under the first one.
I disagree strongly, Joel, but we will find out. I do think these guys are going to pit for mediums. I think it's too tempting. And I don't know if they're going to get another safety car just during the window that they need it. But we will see. We will see. There's many different. I hate this thing, but there's many different ways to skin a cat. I personally have never skinned a cat, so
there are no ways.
I don't know. Yeah, for me, there's no ways. I'm against skinning of cats. Hopefully, there's no cats out there listening right now.
That'd be weird.
Might be a bit weird. We do have another comment in chat
they're
from...
staying out, both of the top two.
Ooh, everybody
on
is staying out?
Is staying out. Thank you for making me not look like a fool.
Yeah, only one driver pitted, Giannis, and it looks like he's going to go on to the mediums, I would say, at this point. Yep, mediums for him. I am quite surprised there. I thought some of the guys at the back end of the grid might, just chance that, those fresher tires. But no, I was wrong. Yes, in chat we've got a comment, PC versus Adam. PC. That's a cryptic message, Joe. What does that mean, Joe? PC versus Adam?
Personal computer.
Is he racing his computer? Is he having issues with his computer?
Yes, probably.
Bob is going to say something about cats.
Is he? You know that.
But I have to say, chat is quite quiet these days. Why are we not getting more stream interaction? Like, we're here, we'll read out your comments on the stream. What is it you want from us, guys? Like, what do we need to do to get some more... With 11 people watching, Joel, but only one
people.
commenting. Hello, 11 people. I'm one of them, though.
But they pit now! What's going on?
What?
Nah, this is crazy.
That's insane. Why would you do that? Like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, I guess it does, because the field was so close they would have been last anyway when they pit, so...
That's a good point, I guess, yeah.
May as well get fresher tyres.
Oh, look, just meant that Adam is the only non-PC user on the grid, actually. Whistle Will, I believe, is on PlayStation, I think. Damien says 2 cats are going to race across the English Channel. Cat 1 is called 1, 2, 3, and cat 2 is called 1, 2, 3. Which cat won the race?
I don't know.
Cat
Wait. Say it again.
No, I'm not going to say it again.
Oh,
but cat 1 won because 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, cat sank. Yeah, I murdered that, sorry, Joe. Or, Bob.
What cat sank? Oh, safety car in this lap.
This is what happens when there's safety cars, we just talk about
like Monaco house prices.
Yeah. But yeah, here we go. Justin at the head of the field. We do have a soft runner stayed out, so Christian will want to navigate him as soon as possible. But when is Justin going to go? He's
now.
weaving. Yep, you're right, Joel, as always.
I wasn't even looking at the screen. Catastrophes is in second place, believe it or not, because that's what it says on the leaderboard. Look at this, Naiku into turn 1, trying to make something happen. Tunari is going toe to toe with Crawley Voice, and he gets past. Naiku is off.
Naiku in the wall. And I think that was all his own doing as well. I think he just got that under acceleration. But yeah, Naiku at the back end of the grid and possibly carrying some damage on that car.
Kenda right on the back of Atom.
Yeah, that safety car really did help out McKender. Helped him extend his medium run, and he goes for that move again. That seems to be his. Yeah, he's kind of perfecting it each lap. And he is on the tear, P5 for now, and now hunting down the front 4 drivers. And Catastrophe doing well here on these softs, but he is out of DRS range, and that exposes him big time to Christian. And Whistle Will having an issue there in sector 3, loses a couple of positions. Tilda into the points, Crawley as well. Danico P8.
McKender
and we
again.
have DRS enabled.
Up the inside, McKender is up into 4th place, and remember he started right at the back of the grid in 18th, and he's made his way all the way up, and he's on fast tyres too.
Oh my word, he's going around the outside on the hairpin around Christian, and it looks like he's going to get this move done. Oh my word, what a move from McKender, but it looks like it's not over yet. They're side by side, bit of contact there. And they're still side by side, Joel, but I think McKender's tires are going to win out the day for him.
Oh, good save.
Is it big time? Yeah. What a save, but it puts him back in traffic, and he's lost out a lot of positions.
It's carnage.
McKender on the P3.
It's carnage back here. You've got Atom going around the outside of Christian. McKender up to 3rd place. Tunari looking to make up some positions too, as he hits the back of Christian.
And Danico as well, pushing Tenari into Christian as McKender goes P2, coming out of the final corner.
I can't even see Justin. Look how far ahead he is already.
Yikes. And that's why McKender's getting all these moves done early. He doesn't want Justin getting too far up the road. And look, Christian and Tenari now going at it. Tenari getting past Christian, so Christian just needing to settle down in that car after that little issue he had last lap, because now he's got Danny Coe all over his back end, and the pressure never ends.
Yeah, make one small mistake here and you're vulnerable to being overtaken. Touge is trying to get past Catastrophes now, who looks to have lost the grip on these soft tyres, and will need to pit very soon.
Yeah, Christian's going to be very frustrated in that cockpit. Losing all those positions, it's so hard to pass here, especially if there's a bunch of guys ahead on a DRS train. It's almost near impossible. And Danico is in that position as well. So we'll keep an eye on these two in P7, P8. But up front, McKender is making a little bit of inroads into Justin's time. He's able to get 3/10 off there as Catastrophe losing another position. And I think, yeah, those softs are definitely seeing their best days.
Yeah, he's lost 2 places there.
Oh, Tenari. Yeah, Tenari tapping the back end of Catastrophe there, almost. Oh, and Catastrophe. It seems like every corner he's almost losing the car. Danico as well.
Past Christian. Still going alongside, but Danny is into 7th position, and Tunari, look how close he is to the Red Bull. He's going to do a McKender move. No.
Yep.
Oh, and there's Danny up the inside. And he's backed out of it for now. Can he get him on this straight? Because he needs DRS for the main straight. He'll still have it because Catastrophe is only 6/10 behind Atom, as Nike has crashed on track, and it is another safety car. Boring.
Yeah.
Catastrophe. Well, that's going to help him. What about McKender?
His big one.
Is McKenna going to the end on these mediums? No, he's not. He's in the pits. He's probably going on to another set of medium now. Oh no, McKenna!
Oh, Antouche.
Here, people forget it's 50 kilometers per hour rather than the normal 70 or something like that. And it was changed in the last game, so some people are still being caught out by that.
That is huge, because McKenna coming out P7 would have been great. Well positioned for those
hards. Why is he
final
getting
laps.
into the hards?
Yeah, that's interesting as well. But I mean, we do have a safety car. He does have an opportunity to pit again and get rid of that 10 seconds and put on a fresh set of tires.
I think he has to. Yeah, maybe he changed to hards after he got that penalty because he knew he was going to pit again and wanted to be back on a new set of medium after. Big brain. Whereas Tuge, on the other hand, has sort of backed himself into a corner.
Road Cruiser Smelto as well. Basco, those guys on 5-lap mediums. So this safety car extends those mediums. So they will be able to get to the end. So
staying out there was a good decision.
Yeah, safety cars worked out nicely for those guys. Let's have a look at McKenna and Tujo. Are they going to pit? I mean, you'd imagine they kind of have to. I mean, they just have to take the hit.
Yeah.
Yep, both drivers in the pits as we predicted. Are we going to see anybody else at the back end of the grid pit? No, it doesn't look like it. So we should get underway pretty quickly once these guys catch up. They are going to come out last. McKenna is going to be effectively last. Touge and P14. So aliens at the front, aliens at the back. This is about to get pretty spicy. And we're only at the halfway point of the race. Bob, over to you.
What?
In chat.
Oh.
We need more. Give us some more jokes. Preferably ones that we don't have to explain. Like a knock-knock joke. But do you know any good knock-knock jokes, Joe?
No.
Great. Lepson, don't forget to hit the like button, lads. And ladies. And in between as well. And cats, obviously. But yeah, we're about to get underway, Joel.
I think they've all left now anyway, because we're talking about them being skinned.
Okay, let's moving on. Top 3 could be in danger with these hards now. I don't know. I have a feeling that Justin's going to be fine. He does have a bit of a buffer to the fresh mediums of Run Cruiser, but yeah, I think Justin has enough pace in the pocket to protect that. But Christian is now back in a very good position, and Justin is off.
We're only halfway through the race.
I did point that out a while back.
Oh,
that's right.
A while back? Well, it wasn't accurate then. If it was more than a lap ago.
It wasn't more than a lap, but it was. Yeah, whatever.
There we go. No overtake so far. Danny is the closest to Catastrophes, who's going a bit wide there. But he's got a nice slingshot. What Danny is like weaving in behind him, trying to find a gap. And he's being pushed off onto the grass, really. Not left enough racing room, in my opinion. And he's going to have to stay back for now. What else is going on further ahead? This is like a roller coaster ride through this sector of the track. Can't really see what's going on too much. There's Danny now up the inside of Catastrophes. Can he get past the Red Bull? As
Basco and yeah, go for it.
Yeah, Atom and Basco side by side into the chicane. Who's going to break the latest? It looks like it will be Atom.
Yeah, and I'm watching Run Cruiser as well, just keeping an eye on that, because he is giving Crowley Voice a hard time, and DRS is about to be activated as Crowley misses the apex on the run out from the final corner. So this might allow Run Cruiser to make a move here with ERS and a bit of slipstream. It looks like he's going to go for the move. He goes down the inside, and it looks like that move's done. Crowley trying to hang around the outside, but gets squeezed, has to back out for now.
Who's that?
Run Cruiser
Smelto. Smelto going very wide out of turn 1. Must have got a bit of oversteer as Tunari is up, and so is McKenda. Both Mercedes making up positions. Crawley losing another place on the exit of the banking to Atom, and the 2 medium runners are closing in on Christians. This might get interesting.
Yeah, Danico in a really good
Here goes
position
McKenda, again on his teammate this time with the same move. Should have expected that, someone will say. And he's on the softs, is McKenda. Is he going to the end?
And they will go to the end, yeah, they will go to the end. The other thing is, that corner, well, we just call that the McKender corner now?
Yeah.
Yeah. As McKender making his way through the field here, like a hot knife through butter, it has to be said. Running out wide from the last corner, and it looks like he's going to get another move here on Basco. Oh, and I heard a big thud there. Someone hit the wall. Danny goes well up to P5. Lots of moves happening here. The field's trying to sort itself out as Tenari as well getting past Crawley Voice. So Crawley Voice losing a lot of positions there in those opening laps under that final safety car.
7.
P8.
8. Zoom, zoom, vroom, 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 as Crystals would say. Anyway.
9. No.
No, that wasn't him.
Right.
Oh, here go. What's happened to Danny? Oh no!
He's falling down the field.
Right. This is crazy. Smelto's overtaken McKenda. Who knows what's going on? Look how close Run Cruiser is now to Christian, right on his tail, and not too far away from Justin. Looks like the mediums are faster than the hards, as you would expect.
Yeah, Christian not going to get DRS this time, and that, I mean, oh my word, Run Cruiser almost getting the move done before DRS is even activated. Run Cruiser up to P2.
Yeah, but here comes Atom as well.
A lot of moves throughout the field there, yeah, Adam, and it looked like McKenna getting past Melto as well.
Danny and Catastrophe side by side yet again. They've been very close to each other. And the 2 Alpines are very close to each other too. It's like Ocon and Gasly all over again. What a switchback from Touge, who goes up the inside of his teammate and he regains the position. That was a fantastic counter move from him there on the softs with more grip, but he still had to have the presence of mind to send it at that exact moment. I want to keep an eye on Run Cruiser and how close he gets to Justin, because I think he is quicker at the moment. He has a great chance to win.
And speaking of Run Cruiser, he just got topped by Adam, who's on fresher mediums than Run Cruiser, so he cannot be counted out at this point in the race. He is coming on strong. He's been a bit of a dark horse in this race, being a new addition to the league. But look at this, P3 and challenging for the win, potentially. Yep, he's going to go for the move on Run Cruiser here out of the last corner. He will get DRS. Run Cruiser also has DRS, but it just looks like momentum is with Adam right now, as McKenna sets the fastest lap of the race. And Adam now has the leader in his targets, Joel.
Janice and Danny just exchanging a bit of a love tap there. But Danny is overtaken again. I wonder if he has damage from some of the shenanigans going on the restart. Yeah,
McKenna going for a move. You see this?
Yeah.
Wow, what a brave place to put a move on someone. But those sauce must feel like gold right now, as he is flying around this track, making up positions left, right, and center.
Justin's in trouble.
Yeah, Justin is in big trouble. Yeah, he's got these medium runners behind, but also McKender now in P4, and he's part of this DRS train.
Really a miraculous recovery from McKender. Last place, pit under the safety car, got a speeding penalty of 10 seconds, came in again, served it, and he's back up to 4th place. Atom is going to take the lead of the race, and it's hard to see how Justin is going to defend from this. I rather think that Atom is just going to speed away now. Run Cruiser needs to get past Justin as to not be held up any longer, and McKenda is still in the hunt for the win as well, as is Touge, if he can hurry up and get past Christian.
Danico as well, making up a position now in the points once again after that incident. Crawley Voice out of the points for now, P11. But yeah, a lot of jostling going on as everybody is on, they're either on different tires or they're on different age tires. As you can see, Adam with the pretty much some of the freshest mediums out there. McKendra 6 lap soft, and Touge as well, looking very pacey on those fresh softs. Interestingly, Christian dropping out of DRS range of P4, so these top 4 look like they're going to make a breakaway as Tenari picks up a penalty there in the chicane, I believe that was.
Yep. Here comes Touge, he will get the move done, but let's go back to Justin. He is going to attempt to retake the lead. Down the inside, didn't have the best of braking zones, and he's not going to have the traction to out-accelerate Atom. He's going to have to stay in second place.
Ooh, yellow.
In the pit lane.
That's a retirement in the pits. Yeah, Catastrophe is bowed out for now.
Look how close Justin is.
I was going to say McKendra, I think, is using this phase of the race to harvest and then put an attack on later on, but he goes for the move. He's
McKendra corner.
The McKendra corner strikes again. And he's holding it around the outside. Superior grip in those softs should count for a lot, and you can see that visually as he makes that move stick. From Cruiser down to P4. This is not over by a long stretch.
Just a little bit of a gap forming between the top 2. Atom 5/10 clear now, but he will be under threat once again with the DRS.
A big hit. Oh my word, what happened there?
Here comes Justin. And very, very well defended by Atom there. He moved just once, but he moved to the perfect place to block off an attack from Justin up the inside. And here comes McKendra trying to make something happen around the outside.
Getting very squeaky bum time here, Joel. I was trying to figure out what happened to Christian there. He had a bit of contact coming out of the final corner, but no idea what the cause of that was. But yeah, McKendra pushing Justin through these corners. Justin is regretting his life choices right now. Those hards were not the tire to stay on, it seems. Christian was the other guy stayed out. Yeah,
and look who's joined. Run Cruiser and Touge, and maybe Tunari soon too if they keep battling, although he has that penalty. So Atom, I'm sure, will definitely be overtaken this time because he doesn't have the gap he did the previous lap. What about McKendra? Is he going to get past Atom as well? He's going to try. Up the inside is the favoured line into turn 1, and again, great defending from Atom, who hangs on to P2 for now. But the more they're stuck behind Justin, the more they swap positions, is the more that Tunari and Christian and Smelto, they're all going to come into this, even Danny and Basco. Who knows who's going to win this race, as it's so close up at the top. There goes McKendra again. Surprise, surprise. On Atom. It's an intelligent move, although this time he's been outdone. Run Cruiser was wise to it and went up the inside. But what he does there, McKendra, he compromises his opponent's line, which means he will still have DRS as he makes the move mainly into the chicane afterwards because he compromises the line. They lose some of their speed through the next corner and he has DRS and can just slingshot past them. He's going to have a job staying ahead here though.
This is Abu Dhabi vibes. It's McKendra on pretty fresh softs against Justin on very old hards. The gap is 3/10 as we see a move from Run Cruiser on Adam. He has the inside line. They're going side by side through this chicane. It is a chicane, Joel. and he gets it done. Run Cruiser up to Adam, up to P3.
Yeah, who's going to take the initiative? Who is going to sail past Justin and then run away? That will decide who wins the race. If Justin wins this race, it will be incredible.
Yeah, and his mission is just to defend his position as long as possible, and then possibly these softs might drop off at the end of the race. But Justin on 22 lap old hards, I suppose that's not really representative. He did stay out under safety car, so he has done a few laps under safety car conditions, which will preserve those quite a bit. But these softs can go pretty long in Zandvoort. So I think McKender is looking like the strongest contender for the win. Let's see what Justin can do to defend this, though. As McKenna is lining him up, it looks like, oh, McKenna in the pits. What is going on there?
Who knows? Maybe he thinks he can't stay out till the end.
He's got a fresh set of sauce, and he's putting them on. That is interesting. I would have bet my house that they would have got to the end. 7 laps to go.
You're homeless. You wouldn't be homeless.
Possible, but we will find out, because Touge is staying out. And if Touge can get these softs to the end, he may well get a very good finish. As we've got a,
oh no!
And it's a full course safety car. McKenna in last position, Joel.
Yeah, he wouldn't be happy about this now.
But this safety car helps him a lot.
What about Justin as well? It's going to help him.
Yeah, I imagine that everybody's going to have to pit here, but I think there are a few out there that might be like, you know what? There's only going to be a few laps of racing left once the safety car sorts itself out. So, I don't know. It's a tough choice. I think Justin, being the lead car, is the guy with the weight of the world on his shoulders right now. But I think he has to pit, Joel, right?
I think so.
He's certainly making indication that he's pitting, and he does pull into the pits. Who is going to stay out? Who's brave enough to stay out on old tires? Not one bean. Everybody's in.
Come on, Tilda, stay out. We want someone. Someone. No, everyone is pitting.
Janice was very hesitant. Janice is going to be leading this race.
Oh!
What a move from Janice.
Imagine if Janice wins. You won't. Well, sorry, that's a bit rude. He's got lots of fast cars behind him.
Look at McKender, P3 with all the drivers ahead had to pit.
Maybe he knows what's going to happen. Maybe he was in charge of the safety cars.
Oh my God, McKender, what have you done? What have you done, man? He's on fresh sauce. And now the battle is even Steven, Justin McKender on.
He's the luckiest man alive.
Yeah, that's crazy. We're going to have a real battle on our hands here. I mean, even Adam in the mix, he's on these fresh sauce. Everybody on fresh sauce, but these Justin McKender, Adam, I think we're going to have a right ding-dong here, and things are going to get absolutely chaotic, I imagine.
Might be in this lap. Everyone's caught up.
So what I was calling possibly the worst move ever turned into the best move ever for McKender.
Or he could have just done the same as everyone else and stayed out and then pit, and he would have been in the same place and wouldn't have had the heart attack.
Come on, we need some drama, even if it's artificial. We're trying to do a, what do you call that, Drive to Survive. There's a fireball and there's like a guy in there for 10 minutes and he gets out.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Let me drive the medical car back. Janice, don't pit. Please.
No, man.
What's McKender doing?
No.
What's he doing?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, what?
What?
10 second speeding.
What's going on, man? This is ridiculous. Why is he just trying to troll us or what?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's up to the driver what decisions he wants to make, but it's unfortunate for us because we were looking forward to that battle between those three.
Does he want to finish last?
I think he just wants to make it as hard as possible for himself.
Well, he's not going to win, is he, now?
No.
At some point, you
Definitely
have to
not.
do something, right? You can't just keep making decisions to put you in the worst position all the time. Who knows, he might still win. That would be crazy, with a 10-second penalty. There's a 11-car crash and he builds a 10-second gap.
Yeah, so we're now down to, it looks like a battle between Justin and Adam for the win. Run Cruiser as well, showing some really good pace. Safety car is in this lap. Touche, we can't count him out. We can count Tenari out, however, because he has a time penalty. And Christian as well, I have to say, he's had a pretty turbulent race, but currently in P6. And Danico as well. Can never count Danico out. He's had a few laps now to get up to speed. And he's on the same tire as everyone else ahead of him, so we may well see Danico on a podium here, but let's have a look at Justin as he gets us underway for the last time.
Hopefully for the last time.
Hopefully, yeah.
Off he
And
goes.
he's off.
So everyone, same tyres, same age of tyre. Let's see who is the fastest driver over 4 laps. We've got Tunari trying to go around the outside in turn 1. That's not going to work at the moment. I'm already 6/10 gap. I just feel that Justin's too quick when you're comparing them on the same tyres.
Yeah, if I was Justin, I would try and break that 1 second gap on this lap and use a bit of ERS to do so, and it looks like he's going for it. He is definitely putting the pressure on as McKenna goes for a move in his favourite corner. Doesn't pay off this time, but as you say, it compromises the Crawley Voice's exit, and he might well get him before the chicane. But Crawley Voice putting up a valiant defence there for McKenna, holding off the charging Mercedes for now. But Justin not able to break that DRS range, and that's going to be critical for Adam. If he plays his cards right, he could potentially get him on the last lap if he's able to hang in there within that DRS striking range. Justin setting the fast lap off the race, 10.488 for him.
Touge on Run Cruiser, side by side. And Touge is a little far behind it, but he has the inside line, but now it'll be Run Cruiser. Touge can have a better exit with a little bit of a switchback here, which he's done, but he just doesn't quite get the traction and the power down as early as his rival, and he is going to have to stay in 4th place for now. The battle for the podium continues as Tunari wants to get involved despite having a penalty around the outside. There's a bit too much work to do for him there.
Ender as well picking up another position on Tilda this time, but still has that 10-second penalty against his name, so not technically in the points right now. But showing as P10 on our screens as Crawley Voice as well, getting past Tilda at the back end of the grid. But look at this, Run Cruiser is dropping out of DRS range of these top 2, so it's now down between Adam and Justin for the win today, and the rest will fight over those podiums, the final podium position.
Atom is just sticking behind for now, which I think might be wise. Here's Touge, as McKenna sets the fastest lap. Touge trying to reclaim the position, or try again to overtake, similar to last time. In fact, it's exactly the same as last time, with Tunari trying to squeeze in the middle there, but this time Touge does get a better exit, and he is into the 2nd place. What about Tunari? Can he make the move stick on Run Cruiser? Looks like he can.
Nicely done from Tunari and Touge, but yeah, the fact that gap's opened up is going to hurt them big time. I don't think they'll be able to catch the leading 2 drivers. McKenna as well. What's he up to? Is he going to go for a move again? No. He's got a lot of drivers ahead here. He gets a very good exit from the last corner though. He's going to go for a move on Smelto into the chicane and gets that done. Nicely done from him. Danico as well, yeah, P6 for him. Looking very pacey right now as he's on the back end of Run Cruiser. and tantalizingly close coming out of the last corner. And yeah, he's going to get that move done. It looks like Panari up to P3 on track. Oh, my word. Danico going for another move here on the straight. He had massive overspeed. And he's got Touge. Oh, Touge coming back though. Gets a better exit. Oh, my word. And Danico just got his front left hook there in the chicane. And that's dropped him down another position behind Run Cruiser. So Run Cruiser back up to P5. Oh my god, it's kicking off. And we're on the penultimate lap, Joel. Is Adam going to be able to do anything at this point?
I think he
Justin,
can.
you think so? Yeah, because Justin has a lot of ERS. I know Adam has as well, but
Well, we
I
saw
think
in Tier
Justin...
2, if you remember, Gurla and Crystals was...
Yeah.
The race was won by 0.02. As I think it was Gurla in the end who overtook Fede on the last lap. So the line is far enough down the straight to overtake.
And
At the end
6/10
of the
is
last
the
lap.
gap coming out of the final corner. I don't think that's enough, Joel, but it might be enough to close up and enable Adam to attack later in the lap. Adam setting the fastest lap by 2/10.
He's
But
forced
he's
him.
not able... Yeah.
It's forced him to go defensive. We'll keep an eye on this front battle for the rest of the lap because it's getting very close between these two. We'll ride on board with Atom unless you see something behind that we need to cut to, Chief. Keep an eye on these two up front. Atom hustling the car. 25% ERS for him, 40% for Justin. He will have enough to defend with at the moment, but the gap is too tense. Look how he's throwing it through the corners almost as if it's a qualifying lap, and he's trying to go for pole position. He's not. He's trying to go for the race win, and it's the final lap of the race. He will have DRS here, of course. He's got to get his braking point for the chicane spot on. Don't be too ambitious. Just get a good exit, and this is your chance. Can you replicate what Gurla did to his teammate in Tier 2 earlier this week? Round the final corner, he's had a pretty poor exit. He's not close enough. And it will be Justin who will hang on despite a brilliant effort from Atom. But it's a great P2 for him. Tunari will cross the line in third, but he will be demoted as Touge rounds out the podium positions. And Danny P5, very good from him.
Yeah, look at McKenna dropping all the way down to, it looked like P12 in the end. What could have been? What could have been? McKenna could have won that race, but we will never know. McKenna, if you're listening, please don't do that in future. We want to see
Still
some...
got driver of the day.
Driver of the day. Oh my god, come on. Wow. He finished P12 and he gets driver of the day. Interesting. Yeah, but Justin doing what he needs to do, as he will be missing 2 races this season, so he needs maximum points. Wasn't able to get the fastest lap today. That went to Adam, who had a great showing in P2, but Justin collecting all 25 points for that race win, and he got pole as well, so 26 points today. Not a bad effort from him. And Touge as well. P3 in the end. Yeah, it was a pretty decent race, I have to say.
Yep.
It does tend to be quite chaotic in Zandvoort. Not many opportunities to pass for most of the lap, but yeah, once that DRS opens up, it all kicks off on that start-finish straight. And we saw a lot of different strategies playing out today. A bit of rain in quali as well. Thankfully a dry race, but there you go. Justin came out on top. And I wonder if he's going to join us for a little interview, as is tradition now.
Yes, please.
No boosted to bring in today, so apologies for that.
That's why I was watching the stream.
But I'm just having a look at Discord. Let's have a look at some of the comments as the drivers kind of unwind.
Don't read them all
Giannis,
out.
this game is so buggy. Yeah, sometimes you can't read some of these comments as they're not safe for work.
Here they are. They're here.
They are here.
We
Let's
have
go.
people in
Let's
the
bring them
waiting
in.
room. It's like being a
Right.
GP.
So, what do you reckon? Christian first, maybe, or
Whoever.
whoever? Hey, Christian. Welcome to Commentator's Booth. What a race from you today. What a crazy, crazy race. Sure it was quite stressful at points. But in the end, put yourself in a really good position there with that last safety car onto the fresh sauce. So just talk us about the race overall and that wet quali.
Well, the qualifying I was happy with. I mean, I started P2, which is the best I've done this season, so I'm happy. But the fact that I finished P6, yeah, no, just no.
Hmm.
Yeah, I really gotta learn how to use my ERS properly and what the hell to do on the safety cars, when to box and when to stay out and what not to do. I just
Sounds like you need a crew chief.
everything is going too quick for me. I'm just focusing on not crashing and yeah.
Yeah, some tough choices. I mean, there was one safety car where you stayed out on old hards, and it seemed like that might have been the wrong decision at that point of the race, but obviously later safety cars kind of brought you back in the mix. But yeah, there was a point where you found yourself on old hards and getting attacked by all these guys on fresh tires. So what was that like? Well, I mean, it can be very demotivating when you're thinking down the positions like that, but were you able to just keep yourself together and hope for the best, hope for some good luck?
Well, I didn't. Well, it's always depressing getting overtaken by 7 people, but it is what it is. But I had, sorry, I had no idea what to do under the first safety car, so I was just saying to myself, do whatever the hell Justin is doing.
Yeah.
He stayed out, so I did that, and turns out that he was 8 million tenths quicker than me every lap, so
That works out to about
probably not my
2 years
smartest
quicker.
choice. Yeah. Yeah, it was a bit ugly, but P6 is better than P7, which is my last 2 races, so it's slowly getting there.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw glimpses of what the true potential is for yourself. You were running very high at several points in that race, but yeah, just a very hard race to navigate in terms of strategy. But so yeah, I think that's a good way of looking at it. You know, if you're behind Justin or one of these guys that tends to finish at the front end of the grid, if you just kind of match their strategy, you can't go that wrong usually. But yeah, it's very stressful, isn't it, when you have to make that choice and you don't know what to do. Yeah, so you're happy overall then with P6 then?
No, well, no, not really. I want to finish P2 where I started, but for that matter, but you can't always get what you want, can you?
Yeah, and then we have Monza next week then. So what are your thoughts on Monza?
I'm not home that Friday, so I'm gonna win. Oh,
Okay.
I don't know what the race after that race is.
Austin,
Yeah, it's Austin. Yeah.
best track on the
jeez.
calendar.
Well.
I might skip that as well.
I'll take no Austin.
No,
Slap.
no, no, no,
I'm
no, no,
not
no,
skipping. I'm not skipping.
no, no. You'll be there, bro. You'll be there, bro.
Yeah,
With your
I
cowboy
will.
hat on. You're gonna win. See, that's the race you win. Is the one you think,
Yeah,
I might
the
skip that
races
track.
where I expect the least from myself, I'm just gonna outperform everyone.
As long as you don't do a windmill,
feel
you'll
it.
be fine.
No practice up until Friday, and I'm good.
Or Gengu. Yeah. So we'll not see you next week, but we'll hopefully see you return at Austin and take that top step. It's definitely coming, Christian. Just keep at it, bro.
Thank you.
And we will speak to you soon.
Yep. See you.
Bye. We'll bring him Will we bring in Justin or Adam?
Both.
Both. Now that can be awkward.
Nah. They're battling for the win.
Let's go Adam. Oh, here we go. Oh, it doesn't work. I can't drag him. Can you drag him?
There you
There we
go.
go. Adam, welcome. You're live on air. Yeah, how was that race for you? I mean, P2, it seems to have went very well.
Yeah, I mean, I guess not bad considering I didn't know I was racing until 29. So basically 1 minute to quali start. Wet quali helped because that's usually kind of my weakness. So yeah, P5 was pretty decent in the wet. And then I was like, okay, just finish the race without a wing change. That would be helpful. And just kept my nose clean. I mean, on some of the safety cars, people picked up penalties for speeding in the pit lane, and I just tried to really keep it clean. And at the end, when I was second for quite a few laps already, I was like, I'll hang on to Justin if I can. And I mean, if the opportunity arises, I'm gonna attack him. It wasn't quite enough in the end, but considering I really had barely no practice, I'm really happy with it, and yeah, enjoyed the racing as well today. There were some great battles there, so really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this is your first race in SLR?
I would say so. Yeah, I mean, I participated at Australia, but I disconnected at lap 3, and then my whole connection went. So, I
Well,
did 2 laps before.
okay, right, yeah, I guess that doesn't count. But I mean, based on that race, I mean, am I wrong in saying you just this is like the right pace for you, SLR Tier 1? It seems to be you're competitive at the front end of the grid, and obviously that's what any driver wants when they're in a league, is to be competitive.
Yeah, of course. I mean, especially in how the games are lately, the standards usually are an issue, but they were amazing today in SLR. So really well done to all the drivers and all the admins who've managed that. That was really nice to race. And yeah, the pace. I mean, it was there today, but with the quality of the drivers you have here, it can change from one track to another. But if I'm free again, I'll turn up and try to destabilize the big boys for sure.
Yeah, well, definitely would enjoy seeing that. Justin is, yeah, he's a defending champion from last season, so the fact that you were able to even contend for the win today against him was quite impressive. We haven't talked about driver of the day today, but I think you're definitely a strong front runner for that. So you reckon you might come back for a little bit more? You got it now that you've had a little bit of taste of the action.
Yeah, I mean, I've got some holidays now, so I'll certainly turn up if I feel like it. But yeah, I'll see. I mean, obviously, as reserve, I can kind of rely on which track it is rather than a full-time driver. But yeah, I'm certainly looking to do a few more, that's for sure.
Oh, that's great news. Well, we certainly look forward to it, and we appreciate you taking the time to join us in the commentators booth.
Yeah.
So hopefully
Cheers for the
see you
commentary
again
as well,
soon.
lad.
Yep, cheers now. So let's get to it. We want to get to Justin, the man of the moment, the man of the match.
Hello.
Halfway through a sentence here. Justin, you won again. What the hell? How did you manage to
Stop
pull
it.
that off? How did you navigate all those strategies?
Well, to be honest, I just kind of went with the flow. It was like there was no. I mean, to be honest, there was no flow you could have really had with 4 safety cars. It was kind of stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah. After the first safety car, I knew Hearts could make it to the end. Not great, but they could. And then the second one, it was in between mediums and not. And then the last one, of course, I went for softs. But yeah, it was just chaos, to be honest. But to be honest, all the mistakes were people crashing out themselves. So it wasn't, bad racecraft. It was just, I guess, accidents.
Yeah, and there was one point in the race where it did look like you were very vulnerable. McKenna was making his way through the field on sauce, and then suddenly he appears behind you, and you're on old hards. What was you thinking at that point? Because did you think you still had a chance of winning at that point? Obviously another safety car came out and changed things up a bit, but it did seem like the momentum was with McKenna at that point.
Yeah, well, I think he boxed with the third safety car, which was lap 20 something. So I had I kind of thought that it shouldn't be a problem too much because the softs will be dead by the end of it. So if you want to play any DRS games, then I knew I could just gap the second or at least gap enough so he wouldn't attack me. But it was mainly just the medium runners I was looking out for. I think had that safety car not gone out, I probably would have struggled a lot on the final lap. Just because, I mean, my front left was like already at 50% with 10 laps to go. So yeah,
Yikes.
not ideal.
Yeah, and we were just talking to the P2 runner up there, Adam, a reserve for this race. But what do you reckon? Like, he seemed like he had a lot of pace. He was able to keep up with you and possibly contend for the win today.
Yeah, no, he was quick. He was surprisingly quick. I think at the end of the safety car, the final safety car, I was able to get outside of a second, and then I'm, sort of kind of managing my pace and whatnot, and then I look back up left again. He's within my DRS, and he's 3/10 behind me, gapping the rest. So, yeah, it just became managing pace, finding out where I was faster and such. But yeah, he's definitely a threat if he keeps on racing. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, good news. He said he's only going to do some races, so yeah. But I mean, like, I'm looking at the championship here, as I do every week. I torture you, but with yeah, stressing you out about this. But I mean, it has to be said, you've won today. You got the pretty much maximum points. You didn't get fast slap, but you got the pole. You got the race win. With McKender doing what McKender's doing this season, it has to be said.
What is
I
he
mean,
doing?
even. He's messing around, doesn't he? He's not playing to his full potential. I think he's trolling. It seems from the outset. But yeah, looking at the championship, like even with you missing 2 races, like at this point, the fact that you're missing 2 races actually makes this more interesting because otherwise you would just run away with this one. So you've got Touge, Jamie wasn't there today. Tenari as well picking up some points today, but you've extended your lead to such an extent you could actually take a free week break and still be okay. So anything can happen. I don't want to curse it. I don't want to say it's in the bag, but it
Anything
definitely
can
looks great.
happen.
Yeah, and it often does. But I think it's looking good, Justin, for the first back-to-back titles.
I just want to go race by race, hope for the best, because like you guys said, one DNF and one of my rivals winning can easily half the gap I have. I think I'm like, 55 points ahead of Touge after today or something. So now that I know that pole gives a point, which I didn't know before, to be honest, so probably should have practiced qualifying a bit more in the
what?
past. But does it? Wait, does it?
Huh?
I don't know. I might have made that up.
Oh,
Did you
okay,
say
well,
that?
okay.
I might have
What?
done, yeah.
Fastest lap gives a point, not pole. Unless you changed
Okay,
it.
yeah, it was one of the two.
Right, okay, well, pole not. So yeah, just manage race by race. But yeah, I just don't like the fact that there's Qatar waiting for me in the lineup. It's my least favorite track. So,
Yeah, what are the tracks you will miss?
Austin and Baku, which to be honest, I'm not really that disappointing. I'm missing.
Nah, this is
Okay.
ridiculous. Why is everyone hating on Austin? It's the best track.
No, this game it's not fun. I'm sorry.
Oh dear, that's not good news.
Sector 1 is just a flat out festival, and hope your tires kind of grip. It's not ideal.
All right, noted. Right, well, Justin, great performance today. I mean, you held it together. You could have easily cracked at several points during that race, but once again, you come out on top of the heap, and yeah.
What? On top of the heap? You sounded like it's compost.
I'm just trying to be dramatic,
Very dramatic.
Yeah. But yeah, congrats on that win. That was a good one, it has to be said.
Thank you very much.
And no doubt we will speak soon. We'll see you in Monza.
Yeah, hope so.
Okay, goodbye for now. And
Bye.
oh jeez,
What?
I just cut him off halfway through. He said good.
Oh well. We know what his second one was going to be.
Yeah. So Joel, another great race for us. And yeah, I'm looking at like this championship. McKender could have been the one to challenge Justin, I think, for this title this season. But the more we get into this, we're at the halfway point of the season. Justin's like what, over 50 points ahead of the nearest rival.
It's all over.
He will miss 2 races though.
The
Sorry.
world is doomed.
Well,
Just
he is
Sin's
missing 2
becoming Max
races.
Verstappen.
Yeah, we need some we need his team manager to get caught out some sexting charges to create some
And his lead
instability in that
engineer to
team.
leave.
Yeah, and a Spice Girl to I don't know, do something.
Anyway,
End the stream. Like,
yeah, there we go. Justin won again. Surprise, surprise. Come back next week for another Justin win. And then you'll get a break from it for the 2 weeks after that because he's not here. So I look forward to that. Yes, join us next week at Monza, Tier 2 and Tier 1. Same time, same place.